All right, everybody, welcome to the call today. This is Scott Pierce, and we are doing the database mastery call where we're going to walk through all the different emails that you've got in listings to leads and the emails that I would suggest that we send out this week to our database. But we've also got call scripts for almost every email that there is. And so we're going to talk about not just emailing, but calling through your database. So as we generate leads, generating leads is awesome, but if we're not going to call them, right? Text, email, general follow-up, but active follow-up, right? We're not really maximizing our investment in lead generation. So it's amazing stuff that we got for you. You're going to absolutely love it. Before we get started, we are recording this webinar. It is at youtube.com/listings2leads. And you can see all of our videos there. Usually they'll be along the top. So every week we redo. Here is social media mastery. So make sure you check that out. Geofarm mastery. We also cover circle prospecting there a little bit as well. And then in this call here is database mastery. So go check all those out as needed. And we are going to start with the presentation. I'm going to roll through an overview of all the different emails and strategy here. Hopefully this will be no more than 5 to 6 minutes. Then we're going to get into the account. We're going to actually look at the emails, talk about making sure that we get them out the door. You can take the emails, use them through listings to leads. You can copy them into your CRM. So I got agents. I'm on a bunch of different lists. I get emails from listings to leads emails sent to me from Constant Contact, Lofty, Sierra Interactive, all sorts of different websites. So super easy to do that. And with that, let's go ahead and get it done. So database mastery. So let me show you what listings to leads has for you in your accounts right now are essentially forever automated buyer and seller email campaigns. So we got, and I'll tell you, the open rates and the engagement rates on those are pretty good. They're actually really good. Great feedback from people on those. We've got over 100 email blasts. So the listings, the PDF guides, the landing pages, and there's some other really powerful ones as well. We just started our AI text follow-up beta today. So that started today and will run for a week. We will be making that available for all users as soon as the beta is over, which I'm hoping is going to be the start of next week. So hopefully the beginning of next week, which would be what day, like the 10th of September or 9th, maybe, we're looking to go full availability throughout the system, but we'll provide more guidance towards the end of the week. And we are working on standard 10-digit text follow-up as well. So that could be part of a campaign or a blast where you can send out a text or include text as part of a follow-up campaign. And I will be talking a little bit about custom audiences. So if you got a big enough database, you can actually upload it into listings to leads. We will send it to Facebook, create a custom audience, and that can be a great option to put your seller ads in front of. Really all ads, but mostly seller. A couple quick tips on being successful. All of our emails follow this. Keep it short, 3-second rule. So it doesn't mean it would be great if they could get the entire email read in about 3 seconds. In fact, quite a few of our emails actually do that. The other thing is, if it's a long email, at least make sure they can get the point of the email in 3 seconds. And the point of an email is not pumpkin spice recipes. That's cool if you're tying it into something, but just keep it short and keep it on point. Add value. Make sure it's got an update. Could be a guide, a listing, right? We have other things like home values that we'll talk about. Always reply back to the emails as soon as possible. Try to be appropriate, but try to use open-ended questions. Try to move the conversation along. Don't just reply back yes or no. That's like the worst type of reply, unless it's like a super short, quick question. They just have to ask you. In general, try to keep the conversation moving. Email, just like ads, just like our social media mastery, it's a great way to build, know, and trust fast and cost effectively. If you are consistent, right? If you're going to be just wildly inconsistent, And it's absolutely crazy how most agents are wildly inconsistent. Even the ones using CRMs, I find, I don't know why. Maybe they don't know how to get their campaigns kicked off properly, but it's very inconsistent. I find it interesting most of the time. But regardless, consistency, it helps build know and trust, but it also helps move people from the click to the conversation to conversion. So consistency is key. So I'm going to review a few kind of random things in the system related to this. First of all, on the ads page in Listings to Leads, there is a button called Create Audience. In there, you can upload your database, and it's a CSV file, and it's 4 columns: email, phone number, first name, last name. Upload it. It can take 2 to 3 days. The bigger the audience, the better. And I always tell people, test out using a custom audience on an ad. See how that works for you. For some people, the audience may be too small. Maybe the information is not as good as it could be, or for whatever reason. And it's just regular audience could actually be better. The Facebook algorithm, the way they put ads in front of people, they do a pretty darn good job. So you don't have to stress. I don't want you to stress too much on custom audiences and all that. It's a great thing to do down the road when you get it, but don't stress, especially in the beginning if you don't have one. Next up is, as I mentioned, we do have the automated email follow-up campaigns for both buyer and seller leads. They are available in English, Spanish. You can duplicate them. You can edit them. You can add custom follow-ups. Absolutely no problem. Just click the follow-up tab on the left side there in the blue column. Click campaigns, and you'll see them right along the top there. So seller follow-up, buyer follow-up, and then you'll see seller lead follow-up Spanish, buyer lead follow-up in Spanish. And then I've got some other custom ones. I got a fast cash offer that I created, and I got a few other ones beyond that even. Now, another phenomenal email that I don't think a lot of people realize: when a lead fills out your free home values or a property valuation plus landing page or a lead form in a pending or sold listing. So any of those, what is your home worth lead forms or landing pages, like the one you're looking at, they will obviously, they'll get an email right away with their home value estimate, all that great stuff. But they will also get an email the first week of every month that very similar to what you're looking at right here, with their updated home value estimate for that month. So every single month after you generate the lead from these landing pages, they're going to get an email automatically. I'll show you that a little bit later, how you can make sure that's turned on, because it's really a great email. Another cool email, and I would recommend that all of you send this out today to your database. This is called the 14 Interesting Dates in September. Normally it's 10. We try to keep it to 10, but September for some reason had a few more, and I couldn't really figure out which ones not to include. So there's 14 interesting dates in August. And these are really cool. This is not a lead gen thing. This is just to get their interest, to provide something kind of fun that is of value. So you can see here, we've got, it might be a little bit hard to see, but ice cream sandwich day was August 2nd. And I should get the one for September in here, but this is the one from August. But September is in your account. International Cat Day, National Son and Daughter Day, the full moon, Dog Appreciation Day was on August 26th. And these are just great days that people would maybe like to know about, and without even realizing they would like to know about it, right? It falls under that thing of like things I didn't know that I needed. And this is that kind of an email, because it could be really great for people. Maybe they want to plan something on a particular day, and this can be a phenomenal email. And it's like just a little bit for fun. Another great email is the listing presentation email. So if you've got a listing presentation coming up and you want to have that custom 27-page branded listing presentation, right? The marketing module to show the seller that 27 pages with their home photos in it all throughout, their home address. When they scan the QR code, it brings up their own single property website on their phone. Wow. You talk about closing more listings. That's going to absolutely help you out major. But what's really cool is After that home is added, right, with status listing presentation, you get an email that looks just like this one that is great to send out to your database to build a kind of like a pre-interest list, so that when you're talking to the homeowner about selling the home, you can let them know, hey, I just sent out an email to my database letting them know that there might be a new home for sale coming up in this neighborhood without giving out any other information. And I already got 9 people. Plus, I've already got 250 people on my database looking for homes in this area. So this can be a great email again. And also it's going to help let your database know you've got other things happening as far as listings potentially for sale than just doing the MLS all the time. So sending out this email can just show the value offer that you have is way above and beyond just the standard MLS. And like I said, plus it's a great little story to tell in the listing presentation. Another email that we have is called the all listings email, or maybe it's the email summary. But on the listings page, if you click more tools, all listings email, you can create an email of all of your listings. So I can do all my open houses and solds. I can do particular listings, right? I can do 3 or 4 listings. There's a number of different templates. So there's some with 1 image going down. This one's got 2 images going across on the column. And again, all these emails, I can copy the code, drop it into my CRM and send it out that way. Or you can send it through listings to leads, either way. And the last kind of random thing here is the lead gen signature. So this is in your listings to leads profile. If you go to your profile and you'll see, just click on the lead gen signature tab. You can drop this into Gmail. You can put it in your MLS, right? Sometimes MLSs allow for a custom signature. You can put this in Lofty, CR Interactive, Constant Contact. You can pretty much put it anywhere that you can drop in HTML. If you're not sure, ask your CRM provider that I got an HTML signature I want to add to my CRM so that all my emails have this great signature, and it should be pretty easy. I've never heard of anyone that's not been able to do it, but yeah, this signature is awesome. You can see here, it's got buttons that goes to my free home value landing page, my client review website, and I can add, I think, one other link, and these are all customizable. So I can make the colors, the shape, there's different templates here as well that you can select from. But yeah, that lead gen signature, people absolutely love it. So a couple of other outside emails that I would consider is obviously an IDX search setup for your buyers. But you can also do that for your sellers. So any kind of pending or sold listing that comes through, they get an update email on that, which can be nice. I do have another suggestion on that though, that I will share a little bit later. And video email can be good as well. So if you got something like BombBomb, that can be great because a lot of our scripts that we've got are going to really help you out here with video, email, and text. So let's go through this 5 emails that you have got that you can select from you got 100 emails, but the 5 for this week that we're going to walk through. The first one is going to be for a listing. The emails for listings that are for sale typically get the most opens and engagement. So you got the eFlyer for your database for all the listings and listings to leads. And the great thing about them is, it's funny, it's 2024 and I am still floored at how bad so many of your listing flyers are. I click the photo pops up, doesn't go anywhere. I click the address in the email and a map comes up, right? That's not what I want to go to the single property website. So, and you can see here on the left-hand side, this is the eFlyer for your database. And we'll look at it in real life, but notice that get your free home value estimate, because we let people know that when the home is sold, their home value is going to change and they can click there to get their free home value estimate. And this email is all done for you. You can edit it, but the way it looks right now is perfect. You don't have to do anything. So we want to send out this email, right? You want to have that listing of the week, right? We talk about that in social media mastery that we want to make sure every week we're marketing a listing, and we want to make sure that we send it out to our database as well. Next over here, you're going to see that we got a database call script. So the idea is send this email to either your entire database or all your buyer leads. All the buyer leads in particular should get this email. And then I want you to use the script to call through your database. In fact, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's just get into the accounts. I'll tell you, let's go to listing. If you want, go to listingsleads.com, log in. I'm going to give you a few seconds here, and we're just going to go through it. There's no need to be on a presentation. I can walk through this, no problem. So I'm going to give you all a few seconds. Go ahead and log in. Let me know if you're logged in. Paul, know of Dub, I know people that use it. They just take our stuff and they just drop it in. And in fact, let me show you. Let me bring up Lion Desk, and I can show you Lion Desk. I'm on my other monitors. Give me a second here. You will log into Listings to Leads while I log into Lion Desk. And then if you've got a second monitor, if you don't have a second monitor, it might be a little bit hard. But if you do have access to a second monitor, so there's Lion Desk. I'm going to leave that. So that'll be my CRM. I'm not recommending Lion Desk, right? I just have a free account, so I use it because the way you copy code into a CRM is pretty much the same all the way around. So if you see how it works in Lion Desk, you'll have a good idea of how it works with any CRM that there is. So if you're logged in, I mentioned about sending out a listing eFlyer. So here's my active listings. And I've got an open house next weekend, and I'm going to start marking that today. So I'll click Market Listing. Now, through Social Media Mastery, we talked about doing the Facebook and Instagram ads. You got your social media post. If you are the listing agent, you got the social media post for the seller. But what we want for today is the eFlyer for your database. And you're going to see right below that is the database call script. And so the goal here is we want to send the email out to our database, and then we want to call. If we can call 5 to 10 people, or hey, maybe it's a little bit more, maybe it's a little bit less, but we want to call people as well. It's not about just sending out an email, sending out a text, doing an ad, doing a post. Those are all things you have to do because you want to be seen everywhere. But we want to send the email, and then we want to call, like I said, maybe 5 to 10 people. So here's what we do. If I'm going to take this to my CRM, there's a button called Copy Code. So you can see code copied successfully. And I'll show you how to do it through Listings to Leads next. So I'm in Lion Desk, and I'm going to go to Contacts and let Lion Desk come up. Give it a second here. Bulk actions, and then email. So bulk actions, email 8,193. Now, like I said, if I wanted to just do this for my buyer leads, that would be totally fine. In this case, I'll send it to all my leads. I'm going to do open house in Granite Bay, Sunday to 4 p.m. And now here's the email, right? This looks pretty familiar, right? Here's this big email. And so what you do is there's a button up here called Source, right there, Source. You just click it and you paste in that code from Listings to Leads, and boom, we are out of there. So in literally about 7 seconds, I have got an awesome email with, look at that, my lead gen signature. I got my seller lead capture right here. I got my little listing slideshow right there. It looks beautiful. Notice I got the text code. These are both clickable to the single property website. Absolutely awesome. Now, I would always send myself a test email first. Make sure the email looks good, and then send that out. You can either send it, you can schedule it. Either way, get that out. And then after it's been sent, give it maybe at least 10 to 15 minutes. come back into listings to leads, click database call script, and use this script to call 5 to 10 people, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, but call some people and go through the script with them. So let me just role play with you real quickly here. I'm not going to role play with this for every single one, but for the first one, so you can get an idea of how it works. So I'll pick on Paul. Hey, Paul, what was your database built? No. I think we integrate, go high level, but no, we're not built on it. Hey, Paul, this is Scott with Listings to Leads, and we'll let you know that we're having an open house at 15 Ambient Way in Granite Bay on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. And I sent you an email with a link to the single property website with all the photos and details. I just want to make sure you got that. If you didn't, or if you wanted to, you could text 10006 to 25678 to get the virtual tour sent to you. With the way the market is now, I just want to make sure to let you know about the open house. Please let me know if you'd like more information or schedule a showing. We're just letting them know why we're calling, right? I got a coming soon. There's a coming soon listing. There's a new listing. There's an open house, right? There's something going on with the listing in their area. And then I sent you an email. So say, did you get a phone call? I sent you an email with a link. We give them an option to send a text if they didn't get it, or we could say, maybe you could even text me and I'll send it to you again. Kind of create the idea of a little bit of chaos going on, which is why we're here to help, right? We're here to provide value through the chaos, right? The way the market is now, the way the economy is now, whatever. We're being of help. Please let me know. And then this is where it gets really good. If they are a buyer lead, notice we got 3 different options down here. Owns a home in the farm area. So that's around the listing. And this doesn't have to be your listing. I apologize for not saying that. Every one of you, even if you're brand new today with no listings, you need to go find a listing to borrow to do this with. And again, see our social mastery call for more information on that if you need to. But again, so the person you're calling may own a home in the farm around the listing. They may own a home not around the listing. And they may just be a buyer lead or a renter. So there are different endings for the script depending on their situation. Does that make sense for everybody? So you want to get your listing of the week, and it could be your listing, could be a borrowed listing. It's always best if it's an open house. It's always best if it's an open house. But do the social media ad, do the social media post, and then do the eFlyer to your database, and then call through 5 to 10 people in your database. Now, real quickly, if you want to send this out to all of your leads in Listings to Leads, it's super easy to do. Let that come back up here real quick. And you can see you can do it right from this page. You don't have to go to follow up or anything. Let's see what that's taking right here. So back on the eFlyer for your database, notice I can send this to everybody in my account. I'm going to say no need. All right. So use that drop down and you can select different contact lists, different email contact lists to send this eFlyer to. So some of the options are only send it to my leads off this listing. You can send it to all of your buyer leads. You could send it to all of your leads. So there's quite a few different options that you got there. Now, the last email for the listing is if you are a listing agent, please do not forget this email. This email is so good. It's the eFlyer for the seller sphere of influence. And you're going to notice right above it there, and we cover the social media post for the seller in the social media mastery class. But man, look at this email. This email is gorgeous. It generates leads, got your lead gen signature at the bottom automatically, right? When people click this, they go to the single property website automatically. Is that gorgeous? I got my open house. Absolutely beautiful. So what you do here is just click the green send a seller button, drop in the seller's 2 email addresses, one or whatever, there's multiple, add them, put in the salutation, click send. And that's going to send an email to the seller from your email address. So they're going to think you sent it to them. And I would also just do the social media posts at the same time for your seller, for you listing agents. And you call the seller up and you say, hey, Frank, this is Scott. I want to make sure that I sent you a couple of emails. We're doing a lot of great marketing of your home. We just did the Facebook ad. We've got an email to our database. We're calling some of our hot buyer leads to introduce your property to them. But I sent you a couple of emails. One is something to put on your Facebook page about your home. And another is an email, eFlyer to share with your friends and family. Because in this changing market, we do not want to leave any stones unturned. And you likely know people who know people looking to buy in the area. So if you have a chance, if you put that up on your Facebook page and also share the other eFlyer to your friends and family, that'll help us get even that many more eyeballs on your property. And I'm telling you, sellers love it, right? Dustin Fox one time came to me and he's like, Scott, he goes, I've been a client for years. And my client came to me and asked me if there was something that they could put on their Facebook page. And he remembered that in Listings to Leads, we had these tools. And so he came in here, sent it to the seller, and ended up getting a listing from the seller's sphere of influence. So do not forget to do the social media post and the eFlyer here for the seller. Get that to the seller. It is so powerful. So now we got our listing of the week. We got the eFlyer to our database, either through Listings to Leads or our CRM. We called 5 to 10 of our leads, our buyer leads in particular. And then for you listing agents, you got that eFlyer to your seller. The next email that you should be sending, right? The next email would be for either a pending or a sold listing. So again, every single week, every single one of you, I'm looking at all the people on this call. There is not one of you that should not be doing this. Every one of you got to borrow a pending or sold if you need to. Look right here. Market pending sold listings, yours or borrowed. These are the best seller leads. I'm telling you, as a general rule, the seller leads that you generate off of a pending or sold listing, even if it's not yours, even if you borrowed it, are some of the best quality seller leads that there are. All right. And again, that's a general statement, not every single one of them, but as a general statement, they are some of the best quality seller leads that you're going to generate. Now, if you don't have a pending or sold listing, you can add it. And what you do is I just change the street number. So instead of saying 789 Maple Drive, I do like this, another home on Maple Drive. All right. So let's take a look at 2 pending sold listings. I will click market listing. We got the eFlyer from my database and give it a second here to come up. And again, the eFlyer for your database. We got the database call script. And I'm telling you, this is so good. Please do not skip this. So again, I can copy the code, go to my CRM and send it to all my leads, all my leads. And I'll send it to my seller leads. So my buyer leads get the first email. My seller leads get this email. And check this out. Here's, right. Again, these go to the single property website, even the image, right? Even you click the image, it goes to the single property website. And then we got this automatically going to the what is your home worth landing page. And then we got this, you got your client review website, which is awesome, right? We can take a look at that later. But anyways, so get the eFlyer to your database and then call. You got to call through your database. So here's the database call script. So, and this is cool because we've actually got a version for you lazy people. If you don't send the eFlyer, there's a version, but you're not going to convert as fast. The eFlyer for your database, after you send it, this is when you call. All right. And it's again, hey, Paul, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Want to let you know that 1015 O'Reilly Street in Folsom just sold. I sent you an email with a link to the single property website with all the photos and details. And I just want to make sure you got that. If you didn't, you could always text 37349 to 25678. And that will automatically send you the virtual tour. And then you can see it all there on your phone. And by the way, because you live just a few blocks away from that listing, your home value has been affected by that home being sold. And because of this, I am going to be preparing an updated home value estimate for your home. Is paul@listingsandleads.com the best email to send that to? And here's the deal. I would leave that as a voicemail as well. In fact, I'd probably rather leave it as a voicemail. A few other things about calling through your database. The first one or two times you're calling, don't have any attachment to the outcome. In fact, never. You should never have attachment to the outcome. Have attachment to the process and getting better with the process. But in the beginning, when you're calling through your database, they probably have never heard from you before. They probably aren't going to recognize your name. So when you call the first one or two times, try and make sure that you're not making them feel uncomfortable by trying to ask them some weird leading questions, or if they got other people they can refer you to when they don't even know you. They don't trust you. They don't necessarily like you. There's absolutely there is no trust. Make sense? So as you're calling through your database, maybe the first one or two times, just try to get through the script, offer value, be cool, be chill, be comfortable. Again, you just got, and you got to get good at calling people as well. You're probably not that good calling through your database. You're probably stuttering. You're probably umming and ahhing, right? So pay attention to, not saying my wife kills me all the time on this, and so does some of my people. Like, Scott, you said 255 times in a 1 hour call. So in the beginning, as you're calling through your database, just look at it as practice. Look at it as establishing discipline, because we've got scripts for every day of the week to call through a few people to keep up your lead conversion. So again, send that email for your pending or sold listing to all of your seller leads, and then call through a few of them. And then for you listing agents, again, the eFlyer for the seller sphere of influence. So this is why they say listing agents last. This is why you want to go after listings. And I'm telling you, in case somebody asks, marketing a for sale listing, and again, we cover this in Social Media Mastery, anywhere from 10 to 30% of buyer leads are seller leads, and that it's marketing a listing that is for sale is the fastest way to fill up your database. It really is. So again, here's the eFlyer for your seller sphere of influence. Beautiful email. If it was pending, it would say pending. Absolutely awesome. And again, I can send it, click send to seller, drop in the seller's email address, the salutation, click send. You will be CC'd. They will get the email just like the other one. And you call them up. Let's just say it was pending. Hey, Scott, want to let you know that your property is now pending. That is awesome. Congratulations. I got the inspections getting ready to get scheduled. I'll let you know about that. But listen, we are not going to stop marketing your property just because we have a contract in this crazy market. We're going to keep marketing it until it closes escrow. So I sent you another email because I am not taking my foot off the gas. So let's share that email. Let's get this thing. Let's just stay honest until we close. So go ahead and post the email or post the post to your Facebook page, and then share that email with everybody so that people know that your home is pending. But hey, if somebody wants to inquire about it and something weird happens, we'll have our options. So put that in a little bit of better language appropriate for your seller, but definitely get that to the seller. So we had the for sale listing going to our buyers. We have the pending sold listing going to our sellers. Next up, I'm going to scroll down to the seller landing page, because every week we make a dedicated targeted offer for homeowners. It could be get your home value. It could be a cash offer. It could be our 100-point home marketing plan. And this week we're going to do the iBuyer. And this is a great one. I would send this one like on Thursday. Wednesday or Thursday. I would do my for sale listing on Monday, and I could do my pending sold listing on Monday or Tuesday as well, because one email is going to go to my buyer leads. The other one goes to my seller leads. And then maybe on a Wednesday, send this one to your seller leads as well. And again, let me show you, let me back up, because sometimes I scroll down on the dashboard to the seller landing pages. I clicked marketing tools for iBuyer. And then you're going to see here, eFlyer for database. And we have all these different templates for this landing page. So here, let me click edit. You can see how that looks. So I can edit that, send it, copy the code. Awesome. I can send a test email, schedule it. So yeah, here's the thing. So schedule it. Let's say September, today's the 3rd. Oh, today is, right, because yesterday Labor Day, excuse me. So I would send out my for sale listing today to my buyer leads, send out the pending sold to my seller leads, get into the mastermind group if you're not sure of how to get that done. It should take you 10 minutes to, even if you have to add them manually, it should take you about 10 to 15 minutes max to get those emails. The emails will be created, the scripts will be created, and then you can send those emails out, start making some phone calls and get some engagement going. Do that today. Do that today, because it is when you skip a week, because I just don't want to do it. I'd rather go to Starbucks and I'd rather get a 800 calorie drink than actually do a little bit of work that can move my business. I get that train of thought, but let's not do that. So get those 2 emails out today, Tuesday, and then schedule this one, right? Schedule for tomorrow at whatever time, right? You got the date and time. Oh, contact list. Which contact list? So I'll say all my seller leads, and right. Perfect. Awesome. Now I got that scheduled, and my iBuyer email will go to my database tomorrow. I will be CC'd on that. And then that is my, Vic, I don't know that we've got a script. I got to come up with a script. Let's see here. Yeah, we got the eFlyer for database. Yeah, somebody ping me in the mastermind group. I'll come up with a script for that a little bit later. Like I said, not every single email, but most of them do. And you could always, I'll get in the mastermind group a little bit later, and because I know I've been working on it. Let me find it, and I'll get in the mastermind group with it a little bit later today. So again, that's our second email of the week to our seller leads. And then the second email of the week to our buyer leads. This week, we're doing down payment assistance. Down payment assistance. Again, marketing tools. Again, eFlyer for database. And give it a second here. And someone says, Scott, I'm not seeing short form video scripts. Yeah, I'd get with support, because I don't know how you don't see them. Would it be acceptable to like, yeah, Doug, I'm not going to judge or whatever. I just get it done. I don't care if you use Slide Dial. I don't care if you use RedX. I don't care. I just want their phone to ring. And I either want somebody, it could be your assistant, it could be your mom, your kids, I don't care. I want someone calling them and either talking to them or leaving a voicemail. How that happens, that's up to you, because we all got different ways of doing it. But I would just say, pay attention, make sure you're doing a good job. There's anything important other than my MLS is not accepted. Yeah, try the grab active listings. So again, get with our support team if needed. We do have a grab feature. That's pretty good. That works for most MLSs. All right. So here we go. All right. I can send it. Oh, and again, always send a test email. And then for the copied code, get that code to yourself. All right. I'm sorry. To yourself. Take that code, drop it into your CRM, and then schedule it from your CRM. But I would probably send that one out on Thursday. And that way, and again, we don't have most landing pages we actually do, I think, but these 2, for some reason, we don't. And I'm referring to the database call script. But again, yeah, let me see if I can come up with something. That one can be a little bit harder, because there may be where you have your lender calling your buyer leads for down payment assistance options, or it could be you calling through, right? You calling through your database to your buyer leads, obviously. First of all, find out if they are first-time home buyer. And if they are, just ask them, say, hey, there are down payment assistance options available to selected or first-time home buyers that meet the criteria. Could I have my lender reach out to you to discuss and see if you qualify for up to $15,000 of down payment assistance to buy your home? Does everybody see how that works? And again, talk to your lender, find out what is the maximum available down payment assistance in our area. Every area is going to be different. And your lender, even your broker may know that. Maybe you know that. And then use that number to call through your database and then let them know, hey, there are down payment assistance options available for first-time home buyers in the Folsom area, available of up to $20,000 for qualified buyers. Would you be interested in learning more about that? Oh, hell yeah, I'd love to learn more about that. So again, great value, great way to engage with these buyers. And then you could turn them over to your lender, and then you could get your lender to be the first lender in America to talk about how they get that. No, actually, it's the lenders that don't share that many leads to the agents, isn't it? Okay. So don't worry about that. But anyways, get that done. So get the emails for the down payment assistance scheduled for tomorrow, for Thursday, and for your buyer leads. Get the iBuyer email scheduled for your seller leads on Thursday. And then the last email will be for a PDF guide. Great value. These emails are some great emails as well. Every week we alternate from a buyer guide to a seller guide. So this week we're doing buyer guides, and the buyer guide we're doing is the secret to buying a home in any season. I'm going to click marketing tools. I'm going to click on eFlyer for database. Here's the email, right? Completely editable, right? I can change the image, change the text, all that kind of good stuff, right? And I can either copy the code or copy code to go to my CRM and send it out, or I can send it through my listings to leads. And then I got the database call script, right? So send this guide. I would schedule this email for Friday or maybe Saturday morning, right? A lot of times Saturday mornings, what do people do? They lay in bed, they're relaxing, maybe they're doing other things. They're probably going to be on their phone a little bit more than during the weekday. So the PDF guide email could be a great email to send on the weekends. Plus, it's when they download the guide from they can literally download the guide right from here. They can read the guide. The guide's usually 5 to 7 or 8 pages long. So it's not like a 1-minute read, but it would be a great read for a Saturday versus a weekday. Yeah, this would be a great email to schedule for maybe Saturday mid-morning. And then again, I would call through some of my leads. Here's the script. All right. Call through, get to know them. Again, leave me a voice, and I would always leave a voicemail. Always leave a voicemail. Someone says here, hi, Scott, I don't have a CRM, just use L2L. Can I use L2L? You could, but we are adding more and more CRM-ish features. For example, we got oh my God, I'm so excited. We got a power calling feature coming soon. It's not a dialer, but what it is, it will take all the leads in listings to leads, and it will rank them and provide you a list to just literally call through. And it's going to have all the available scripts for that lead based on the lead type and a few other things. So you're going to be able to just sit here and have this pre-populated list of your hottest leads. And with this script that you can scroll through, all that one, I don't like that script. I want to use a script instead, and just start calling. And so that's going to be really awesome. We got, like I said, we got the 10-digit text code follow-up going live soon. When I say soon on that one, like maybe a month or two. And we got other things, CRM-y, that we're working on as well. I don't think we'll ever be Lofty or Sierra Interactive, but I think for a lot of people, we will have enough of what you need. to not worry about paying a lot of money just for a CRM, right? Especially with our AI text follow-up, which I'm excited. So we'll see how that's going later this week. Everybody, listen, I'm going to go to listings. And do we have any questions on anything I covered today? There's 5 emails this week, 3 for buyers, 2 for sellers. For the buyers, we have our listing of the week, in which case for me, it's going to be my open house that I'm doing next weekend. The other buyer email is going to be the down payment assistance. The third buyer email will be the PDF guide, how to buy a home in any season. The 2 emails that we got for our sellers this week, in all of these emails, most of them, we're going to call our database after the email is sent. But for our sellers, we're going to send the pending sold email. And then we're going to send the iBuyer email. And then we're going to do those calls as well. So I really want to show you, let me show you something here. If I don't have a listing, I can go to grab listing. So I'm going to add listing, grab, zip code, MLS ID. If it is not your listing, just uncheck that. Right? This is my listing, checked. Nope, it's not my listing, uncheck. And then hit grab. Now, pending and sold listings don't work via that way because you can try, it doesn't hurt to try. But normally pending and sold listings drop out of the data feed. So it's just not available to grab or come in from a data feed anymore if it's not already in your account. So let me show you how to add a borrowed pending or sold listing. Does that make sense for everybody what I'm going to do? So I just told you that if you can market a pending or sold listing, yours or borrowed, that is some of the best seller lead gen out there, right? It's all the way across. The ads, the posts, the emails, the calls, all the tools for the pending and sold, these are some of the best seller leads that there are. And so to add a pending sold manually, go add listing manual. I'm going to say pending, or I could have done just sold. And I'll say another home in Folsom is pending sale. I'm going to check. I am showing a marketing agent. I'm not going to put the agent's name. And I'll show you why in a little bit. Street, another home on Apple Drive, Folsom, CA, 95, whatever. Neighborhood farm. I'm going to say price, 895. And I'm just going to, I would just put in this stuff here. It shouldn't be that hard. Because I'm telling you, this is content creation. For those of you want to do the perfect video and I want to do the perfect email and I want to have the perfect this is content creation. It may not seem like it to you because in your mind, you might, I'm just adding a listing. I don't have time to add a listing. Do you have time to create content? Because here's the deal. When you add the listing, we create all the content for you. So you're putting in the raw material of the content information that we're going to take all that and we're going to create all of these tools for you to use to start generating business. Don't look at it like, I got to add a listing. No, you're creating content, right? You are assisting in the content creation process. Pending in Folsom, save and add photos. Now, here's the other thing I want you to pay attention to. So the first thing that we did different on the listing that we borrowed that was pending or sold, we did another home on instead of the street number. The second thing that we're going to do that is different. I guess I got it. Sorry. Save and add photos, upload images. Now, never use the listing agent's photos and don't even use a photo of that property. I want you to use a photo that is more like this. In fact, let me go to the mastermind group. Let me show you something here. Let me see if I can find this post because I did some image creation and I'll bump it up to the top here. Here we go. Let me just say, and that'll be down near the top. And so I created this image off of Grok, right? Grok is a premium service of X. You can use Chat GPT, but I think Chat GPT is cartoony. A lot of the images coming off of Chat GPT are a little bit goofy looking, I think. Um, Whatever. It's not the end of the world. But so check this out. eFlyer free database. It literally just took us like a minute and a half, right, to add that listing. And again, now the hard part might be to get the photo again, or go check out that post in the mastermind group, because I wanted to use a photo like this one here. And maybe the one that's pending is that second listing right there. So check out the eFlyer. Another home on Maple Drive in Folsom, California went pending and is expected to close soon. If you or anyone may be interested in more information, they click, the single property website pops up. Sweet, nice, awesome. They can send a text, and then it says, when this home was sold, it'll affect your home's value. They click here. They got the what is your home worth landing page. And then I got the database call script. So you see what I mean by, okay, you might sit there and have to complain about, I got to add a listing, right? Am I pending a sold listing I got to add that I'm going to borrow? You're not adding a listing. You are creating content. So have that idea in your mind, because when you spend, let's just say 2 or 3 minutes adding that listing to your account and listing some leads, look at all the tools that you get. Not only are you going to hit your database with the eFlyer, and you're going to call through, and now you got a reason to call some of your seller leads to let them know about that listing. And then now, obviously, when if I get somebody on the phone and I'm talking to them, I will tell them the address. I'm not going to use the address in my marketing. And to be honest, I think that this could be better than actually using an address. Imagine 789 Maple Drive is now pending versus another home on Maple Drive, right? Another home on Maple Drive actually may get more clicks and more engagement, because people might be more curious as to which home on Maple Drive. And then if I'm using a photo, let's go back to that eFlyer. If I'm using a photo that shows like down the street, they still don't know exactly which house is it. So if they want to find out which house it is, they're going to need to call me up or answer my phone or text me back. So hopefully that helps you realize just how easy it is to create this content, to add a listing, to get all of these tools, and then how to use those tools to engage your database, to send out the email to your database, to use a script to call your database, and then obviously make sure as listing agents, get those tools to your seller as appropriate. Don't forget to call the seller as well, because that really helps make sure they get that out there. Because even those tools, the eFlyers for the seller, as well as the social media post, they generate listings, they generate buyers, just like the one for your database and just like calling through your database. So with that, I think I'm pretty much done, but do we have any questions or any comments or anything? Any feedback? I would love, if you want to email me any feedback on how this presentation could be better, because this is, when I do presentations, when I do webinars, I don't like to sit there and just talk at you. I like to get into the accounts. I want to get things done. And I want you to get off this call. Not so many of these webinars. You get on YouTube, you start watching videos from other trainers and coaches and companies, and you get off the call and it's like, you almost have more questions. I mean, you might be excited because they talk it up so much, but then 2 minutes later, you're like, holy cow, what am I doing? What do I do? I want to make sure that we are literally going through it so that you not only get the concepts and the strategies and the tactics, but that you also see how it's done and perhaps even get it done with me. So if you have any questions about any of the stuff that we reviewed today, please get with our support team. Please get into the mastermind group. There are so many opportunities to engage your database, to generate leads from your database, just as there are so many opportunities to grow your database. So with that, everybody, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow we've got the GeoFarm circle prospecting call. So if you can join us for that, and we'll talk to you soon.